Hi guys, I'm Ross, this is Jay. Today we're talking 2013's The Conjuring. So go ahead and grab yourself a cup of coffee or beer. Let's talk horror. Anyway, like I said, today we're talking 2013's The Conjuring. It's actually based on a true story of Ed and Lorraine Warren about the Perron family, an incident that happened in 1971, which a lot of the Conjuring universe takes from some real life stories from Ed and Warren's cases, as far as, The Conjuring, Conjuring 2, Annabelle, and all of those. Usually they're taken off of some real incident that happened, unexplained phenomenon, psychic, supernatural bullshit that happened somewhere along the lines. This particular one happened in 1971. The Perron family and their children moved into this enormous 14-bedroom house, which is ridiculous to me. That's a mansion. I don't know what size houses you guys live in, but 14 rooms is a bit much, especially considering two of the kids slept in the same damn room. You had 14 rooms. You don't have that many children.
Here's the thing. The guy's got five girls? Mm-hmm. Obviously, this dude couldn't pull out his own goddamn driveway.
Apparently not. I mean, why are all the kids sharing rooms? There's 14 bedrooms in this fucking house. Like, everybody can have 2 bedrooms, be perfectly comfortable. They can have a sleep room and a playroom, be perfectly fine. But I digress.
You need an office, you need a laundry room, you need
a possession room.
You could have a
exorcism room. You could have had a room for the ghosts. Hey, this is y'all room, just chill out in here.
Yeah.
But before we even meet the Perron family, the opening of this entire movie, which is a kind of, I guess, like an introduction, side note type of thing, because the first instance we actually meet watching The Conjuring is about some, I believe they're in college. I don't think it specifically says they're in college at the time.
I thought they did.
Does it actually say they're in college? Yeah. Well, there's this group of young people, as it were, and the Annabelle doll makes its first appearance in the Conjuring movie, which everybody knows the Annabelle story, the haunted Raggedy Ann doll. Of course, she's a little bit porcelain, not exactly a Raggedy Ann doll. She's dressed up for the movie to look a little bit creepier, which it's
kind of what they did to Transformers. You had Bumblebee go from being a Volkswagen Beetle to a Corvette. I mean, a Camaro.
I mean, you got to spice it up a little bit. So I mean,
sexier.
Porcelain is the new yarn in this century, apparently. So we get our first glimpse at Annabelle, which is how we're introduced to the Warrens in this movie. They go in, they actually pick up the Annabelle doll, and they bring the Annabelle doll to their museum, which in real life, it's still at their museum. It's locked behind a glass cage in their museum that's blessed once a week by a priest because of all the entities that are supposedly attached to this doll. But this is our first glimpse at Annabelle and introduces us into the Warrens. Now, from there, we see the Warrens and they're going to different places. They go to a university to do a college talk where they're approached by this woman who is of the Perron family. And we kind of sidetrack into the main storyline, which is where the Perron family moves into this ridiculously large, more than likely really expensive house. I don't know what
it was on auction. It was on auction. They bought it off of auction, so they got it really cheap. But nobody asked, okay, how many people were killed here? That's like rule number one. Anybody who ever watched a horror movie knows you find a house, like no crap. I bought a house. My first house was like 60 grand. Yeah. Should have known it was haunted.
If you buy a nice house for that little bit of money, you're kind of like, okay, something's wrong with it. Somebody killed themselves here. Somebody was murdered here.
The neighbor likes to walk in your backyard naked. Something stupid.
Yeah, like there's a tiger that pops up every Thursday and steals all the oranges out your tree. Something fucked up is happening at this house. If you're getting it for that cheap, like I don't know what it is, but something's
why are you taking those? Because they're great.
Yep, they're great. Tony the tiger loves apples and oranges. We didn't know it's fruit. It's part of a balanced breakfast. Anyway, we go from there. We meet the Perron family. They move in, and of course, all this weird shit starts happening. The clock starts stopping at 3:07. Picture frames start getting thrown off the walls.
At that point, I moved.
I don't understand why people stay in houses like this. Like, I'm sorry.
I understand, look, you're upside down on the house.
Upside down my ass. I'm upside down or not, I'm going to go ahead and cut my losses. The house is fucking throwing shit off the walls.
Yeah.
My children are seeing crap. Which is, I'm sorry, but look, they say that the one in the room with the armoire, that she had stopped sleepwalking after a certain age, and that she started sleepwalking when we got back into this house. With all the creepy shit that's happening in this house, and your daughter keeps getting up in the middle of the night at 3:07 and walking to this fucking room and bopping her head on the fucking wardrobe. Let's just continue to stand there and fucking head like she's a goddamn woodpecker.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of dream she's having, but I don't want to be involved in it.
At a certain point, you start offering your sibling up to the ghost.
Yeah, just take her and I'll be safe. I'm gonna go back to sleep. Can you tell her to keep it down? Because all the knock-ins going fucking crazy. And then they talk to the Warrens about coming see their house and kind of checking everything out. And of course, they do. I mean, it'd be kind of a shitty movie if they didn't. Then it would just be, let's see how much we can torment some people with some ghosts.
Which honestly, that would have been nice.
That might have been a good twist on the movie. Like, let's just
like nobody
helps. Let's see where the fuck happens. Okay.
Then it would have just been a bunch of kids murdered and.
Well, yeah. I mean, part of the storyline is they possess the mother. The mother kills all the family and everything. Kills the children, at least. Anyway, that's what the other stories were. Of course, with the witch and Bathsheba, who is actually a real person.
Was it Bathsheba?
Bathsheba was a real person. She was actually someone who practiced witchcraft and she was killed.
I got my witches mixed up in my head for some reason. I didn't think it was Bathsheba.
Which witch did you think it was?
I don't know. What is Tituba?
Tituba. Who the fuck is Tituba?
Tituba was a thing. Somewheres.
What, in Vietnam?
No.
In America?
It's gotta be American.
I've never heard of Tituba.
Uh-huh. It's a witch from something. I don't know. It's probably a movie somewhere.
This must be a movie. But Bathsheba, the witch in this particular movie, she was actually a real person. She was a person who practiced the occult in, I think, the 1700s. And there's many different disputes of whether she was burned at the stake, she was drowned, she committed suicide. You search the internet, there's like a million different stories.
Moved to the Bahamas, got a place on the beach.
Yeah, she's probably in Cuba with fucking Tupac smoking weed right now. We'll never know the difference.
Exactly.
But allegedly, she's dead. And she placed a curse on the house that anybody who would live in this house would suffer a similar fate to what she had suffered, which is why she possesses the mothers of children to kill the children, and then the mothers commit suicide, which leads to some really creepy moments in that movie. And I gotta say, watching this even as an adult, you know the jump scares are coming, but the jump scares were done so well.
Yeah.
Even I jumped. I think 3 or 4 times during the movie.
I'm not a jump scary person. Like, I don't care what jump scares are.
No, because you see it coming.
There was so much atmosphere in this movie. There's so much dread just overlaid in this movie. Look, I am never going to play Blind Man's Bluff with my kids.
Oh, the hand clapping game?
No, that's never going to happen.
No, not happening. I'm sorry. My kids are going to have to miss out on that childhood.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not playing.
Imagine it's a wonderful childhood memory. My kids will never know it.
I'm sorry. After that fucking movie, I'm not playing Marco Polo anymore. I don't want the ghost of Jaws coming at me. I'm not closing my eyes and calling out to anybody anymore. I think
man, that really messed me up. Because I watched it alone, unfortunately, at night. Because I'm like, I remember this movie. It was pretty good. And preparing for the video, I watched it, and not a movie to watch alone in the dark at night. I mean, it was.
Well, I'd imagine after the first 40 minutes, you didn't feel alone. Yeah, you started to feel like, you're not even alone anymore.
Yeah.
So we go to this. One of the particular ones that really got me, because as someone who I suffered from sleepwalking as a child, I would always have these really vivid dreams. I'd sleepwalk and I'd sleep talk and I'd do all this crazy shit. Well, the 2 girls who are sharing the bedroom, there's a scene in the movie where she's getting pulled off the bed by something that nobody can see. You just see her leg being moved and she's being pulled off the bed. Well, she winds up sitting up in her bed and she's staring into a dark corner of a room. The other sister wakes up and she's kind of like, "What are you doing?" And she's pointing. He's like, "There's somebody right there. He's standing right there. Do you see him?" I'm like, "Oh, no. No, I'm sorry. As a kid, I'm jumping up, lights are coming on, I'm screaming bloody murder whenever she starts telling me there's someone else in the fucking room. And then, of course, she doesn't. She's just kind of, there's no one there. What are you talking about? Then the door closes, and then they start screaming.
Yeah, they're in what, Connecticut?
Yeah, I believe they're in Connecticut.
Yeah, that's the difference between Connecticut and South Louisiana.
Oh, that's not
Connecticut. Oh my God, there's somebody in the room. No, in Louisiana, you hop up and turn the lights on because that means somebody's probably stealing your window unit.
Oh yeah,
there's somebody's trying to jack your window.
That's an air conditioner for the rest of the world. We're a little backwards here in South Louisiana. We do a little bit of hillbilly stuff down here.
So then you have the Warrens come in. Lorraine walks in. She immediately senses what's going on because she's a medium. And they start explaining how they're going to start investigating the house. They bring 2 guys with them, one for which the Asian guy's naturally tech support. How does that work out?
I mean, what did you expect? I mean, he's Asian. He's going to be the tech guy.
That's it. And then...
he probably showed up to the house with a circle of rice to drive out the evil spirits.
This will get rid of all demons. Yeah, this will get rid of all demons and fix your iPhone if it gets wet.
Oh, yeah, wonton soup.
Yeah. So, They also bring an off-duty cop, which is pretty cool. They have the skeptic with them.
It's actually a legitimate thing. I don't know if you know that, but whenever the Warrens did an actual investigation, they sincerely brought skeptics and outside law enforcement officials, and also paramedics. They had a lot of the times.
They came in. They put bells on the doors. All the things like you'll see like ghost hunters now doing, and it's stuff that I think they pioneered. As far as picking up.
As far as Ed and Lorraine Warren, they started off the New England Paranormal Psychic Research Center.
Yes.
All right, now.
So they come in, and naturally the first night nothing happens.
Of course.
It's kind of you expect it. The clock doesn't stop at 3:07. It keeps rolling. There's no sounds. The only time you hear something is the bell and one of the doors start ringing. It's because the cop had to go take a piss.
Police officers are taking a piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the demons are camera shy, though. I mean, I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. They're like, no, where's Waldo?
Yeah. Well, not like vampires, because vampires don't have to be camera shy.
Yeah, can't see him anyway.
No.
Yeah, unless you're in Twilight.
We're not going to review
sparkle.
that. We're not going to review Twilight.
Then they just sparkle.
I barely consider that a movie, let alone horror.
So, we move from there, and show the next morning the family's all getting together. Ed and Lorraine are cooking breakfast, helping with family life, just helping the kids out. The dad and the little tech support guy take off to go get ice cream for the kids because that's what you want. When the house is haunted, you want kids hopped up on ice cream.
Sugar. I mean, it's a passageway to get away from the demons. Demons don't like sugar.
The mom and the family decides she's gonna go take a nap because she's tired. Because hey, who wouldn't be? Your house is being haunted by a freaking demon. So she goes up to take a nap, which you've all been sleeping in the living room at this point, right?
And that's one thing.
Why are you going upstairs to take a nap?
By yourself.
By yourself.
By yourself of that. The kids are hopped up on fucking sugar. They're gone. Everybody's leaving. Ed and Lorraine are downstairs. Ed's fixing the fucking car.
Yeah.
At the moment. Lorraine's doing their laundry outside, and she just goes upstairs by herself again.
Yeah, and just takes a nap.
I mean, just lay down here for a little bit. I know a bunch of fucked up shit's been happening, but what could possibly go wrong?
And
sure.
Which leads to one of the absolute greatest scenes in this movie.
Oh my God, yes.
Absolutely. Where Lorraine's doing the laundry and
the wind starts
to pick up. And those clouds come across the sun and it gets really, really creepy. And then suddenly one of the sheets get ripped off the clothesline and just
vicious force of wind, and it sticks.
Like there's a person there.
Suspended in midair in the shape of a person in front of her. And just like that quick moment in time.
And then it takes off.
It takes off. Well, it lands up against the house and against the top tier window. And when it falls off the window,
there's a person standing there.
You just see a person standing there.
And it's just
staring down at her while she's looking up. And they just casually walk away.
Off. But it's the room where the woman was sleeping. The mom was sleeping.
Of course.
And then naturally the demon does what for some reason all demons do in these movies.
I don't know why. And it seems to be a common thing.
Yeah, like she's sleeping and she wakes up and she screams and the thing throws up in her mouth.
Straight in her mouth.
You have spiritual aids.
Spiritual aids? Is there no, why? Is there no other orifice that you could enter?
Well,
I'm just saying. Why does it have to be the mouth?
Axe the Trees and Evil Dead.
Well, yeah, they tried another orifice, absolutely. But I mean, come on, you can't come in through nose or ear or like the whole universe wanted to whenever Ant-Man was supposed to crawl up Thanos' ass. Is there no other way to get into this woman but hold her to a bed and throw up directly into her mouth?
Oh man, it's the nastiest crap.
I can only...
and you see it all the time now too. It's one of those things.
It was a popular possession.
It was in Annabelle. I know it was in Annabelle. Annabelle Creations. She threw up in the little crippled chick's mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm losing... What else was...
there was a couple other movies.
Haunting in Connecticut?
Oh, yes. God.
That was on the cover, and the dude just...
And I cannot stand that. I don't know why that's... And I get...
Look, I could take gore. I could take people cutting people open. Heads are falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, jeez.
Throwing up somebody... That's the nastiest thing ever.
There's got to be a better way to possess people. There has to be.
2 girls, 1 spirit.
2 girls, 1 spirit. Hey, maybe that's what the ice cream was for. They're going to reuse the cups.
Oh.
Hey, you never know. All the kids are hopped up on sugar. Like I said, it delivers away the demons. They don't like the demon aspartame.
So that night, shit just hits the fan. I mean, it goes crazy. This freaking demon starts destroying the house. Not destroying the house, but knocking all the statues of Jesus down. And the little boy goes get the girl and shows her where he hides out at.
Oh, and it's creepy a little bit. Which, I'm sorry, it kind of took away a little bit whenever they open up the wardrobe. the fact that there was a secret passage there, kind of it delved a little bit away from the spiritualness of people sneaking in and out of there. I don't know why.
Not really, because it's not a real person.
I know it's not a real person, but at that point you almost think, oh, holy shit, could it be? Because there's secret passages all over the place.
There was the one secret passage, and obviously it wasn't that strong because Lorraine fell straight to
hell. Oh,
hell.
God, did she?
Dude, she fell forever.
And lived. With no broken bones, no compound fractures. I mean, I don't know. It seems like something's getting sprained in that situation. Yeah. I don't know.
And here's the thing, okay, so they got the pictures of this little boy leading her up all over the place.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was not true. I mean, because that's one of those things they fabricated for the movie.
Oh, of course, you have to embellish it. You have to embellish a little bit. Yeah, those pictures existed to be everywhere.
And there's several things they embellished with in this movie. Oh, we'll get to that at the end, though. We move on. Dave decided to leave. Ed and Lorraine go home because they're worried about their daughter.
Hold up, we're missing I want to cut too far ahead of it. There's one part in here that we actually need to. One of the jump scares that got me.
Right.
The cop. When he's standing out and he's walking out onto the porch, he comes back and he sees this woman standing. Now he reacts like a cop would react, kind of, hey, who the fuck are you? Where are you going? Yeah. I'm gonna go after this bitch. So he goes after her. He goes into this fucking room and there's no one in the room. So he starts calling for Ed and Lorraine. He's like, hey, I just saw somebody.
Well, no, not just that. No, that's the part where she's going, look what she made me do.
Oh, well, yeah. No, it's when she popped back in the frame because he started calling for Ed to come into the room. And he's walking back out. And when he's coming back out, she enters from, the left side of the fucking camera view.
Yeah.
And
I thought she just came after him.
He's walking out and she enters and like, look what you made me do. And he just he bites it on the ground.
Look what you made me do. Shit. Look what you made me do.
Shit, that bitch would have seen what I would have did. Because I'm sorry, I'm a cop. I'm shooting holes in walls. That's happening. If I'm a cop and I'm going in this fucking room, this woman's running up to me, I'm shooting holes in the walls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to figure. This dude was put there as a skeptic for security. He's got to have something on it, or you pepper spray the ghost?
I don't think you'd go armed.
What?
If I'm a cop, I wouldn't go armed.
To a haunting?
Yeah.
Why?
Why would you?
Because he's a skeptic. He's a skeptic.
I understand that, but on the basis...
If I'm in this movie, I'm the cop that shows up to this house, I'm going armed.
You're a skeptic. He's a skeptic. But the whole reason you're showing up is prove me wrong. So on the off chance that they are right, do you take the chance of shooting somebody by accident?
On the off chance that they're wrong, what are you going with there?
Yeah, I just wouldn't. I don't think I would.
I understand. I don't know. I'm just saying if I'm showing up over there, I'm just, well, come on, we're from South Louisiana. We have guns all over the place in a damn way. I'm not going over there without a gun regardless.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
I'd probably left it in the truck though.
Now, you put security and paramedics and shit in there, I think his reaction would have been a little bit different. There would have been a house full of
Either way, it was creepy. It really was.
Creepy. The slits up the wrist and what you made me do.
Just looking over and seeing her there, here's the I know everybody that lives in this house, and I know we're here for a haunting. She shouldn't be here, and she's creepy. I'm going to get back up before I go mess with her.
That's true, too.
This chick is obviously mentally insane.
Well, I mean, can we not get a cop that has a super soaker with holy water in it? Like, is that?
That would be awesome.
Like, can we not get a cop that has a super soaker? Like, you're going to a haunting. I want to see a cop show up to a haunting with a crucifix around the neck and a super soaker.
Oh, like the kid on Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Can we get a horror movie with that guy again? Quentin Tarantino was amazing for that shit.
Yeah.
Just the out the box random. What are you gonna do?
I get that.
So the look what you made me do shit. That was one of my jump scares. It was maybe jump when she come running off the fucking camera screaming that shit. He falls down. And of course, after all that shit starts happening, that's whenever they all actually decide that they're gonna leave.
Oh no! You skipped over Pinhead's wife on top of the goddamn wardrobe.
Oh god.
When she goes to the wardrobe and then opens it and there's nothing there and she looks up and the chick jumps down. Oh, no.
That was such a fucked up jump scare because you were expecting the jump scare from on the side of the wardrobe or on this side. Yeah. So she opens up the wardrobe after she hears the knocking on the wardrobe and there's nothing there. So she shuts it back and then the little girl points up. She looks on top of the wardrobe and this, oh my God.
Oh, it looks like the Jeeper Creeper dude had a freaking baby with... I don't even know who.
Fucking Linda Blair.
Yeah. It looks like Linda Blair and Deadpool had a baby.
Yep, that is it.
Yeah, I'll go down.
And then she freaking jumps off the wardrobe and pins one of the kids. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. That was a good jump scare. That was a really good
It really was. They did very well with some old school jump scares in a movie in 2013. You don't see a lot of effective jump scares.
Yeah, and now it's just everything. It's on most of the new ones all about music. Dun, dun.
Yeah, and
you really didn't have that in this one.
They really like the sharp-handed music and they like the shock factor, but as far as the jump scare factor, a lot of them don't have as much of it anymore.
So the family finally takes the hint. You know, obviously we're not freaking wanted here, even though they already were told that it doesn't really matter if you leave the house or not, because now this thing is stuck to y'all.
And it says attached to the family. Now wherever the family goes, it's going to go with it.
Yeah, it's like crabs.
Well, I mean, they could have cured the damn house. I mean, you figure, let's get rid of 3 people as opposed to the next 1,700 that live there.
Yeah.
I mean,
so they leave. The mom is already possessed because she got the in her mouth already.
Oh, God.
That came across bad.
Act fucking completely casual.
That whole description got that in her mouth. That came across bad.
I mean, we've seen a couple of movies where she was like, raped by a ghost. We don't know if she wasn't raped by a female ghost after that scene.
Oh, no,
we don't know.
Yeah. So they take off. They go to a motel. Ed and Lorraine go home because they go see their daughter, who at this point is playing patty cake with Annabelle.
Oh yeah.
Out of nowhere, she just decides, I'm going to rock in the rocking chair with Annabelle.
Which is a weird fucking turning point, but okay.
Yeah, that's one of my problems with the movie. They kept trying to shove Annabelle in there because they knew this was going to make a really cool spinoff.
And it did, and it absolutely did. They did very well with it.
They knew it was going to make a really cool spinoff, but I just feel like it was forced in.
Okay, but no, I don't feel it being forced in as a point of, okay, they're already fucking with the parent family. So they need something that's going to mess with Ed and Lorraine Warren. The only way they can get to Ed and Lorraine, the only thing they care about in this world, is their daughter. So I kind of get
but the problem
the steps that got taken.
And it shouldn't take away from this movie, but it does, because the same thing they did with The Conjuring 2. They just force-fed this side character in that they just wanted to make another movie about. You know what I mean? The same they did with The Nun in the second one. Everything was about the family there, and then they just they force fed another story, and I just find it took away from everything else.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but from that standpoint, I kind of get where they needed to go with Annabelle because they needed to attack the Warrens on a more personal level. When they saw their daughter, or Lorraine did, not Ed, but she saw her daughter floating in the pond behind the house. That
she screwed her head up. Yeah,
it did. She knew that it was a warning. She knew that something was going to come for the child if they didn't do something. So I kind of get the steps that needed to be taken. I get what you're saying about them trying to implement the whole Annabelle thing. They could have gone another route. Yeah. It didn't have to be the Annabelle doll. She could have seen she could have heard the knocking in the closet of her door.
And then you got to figure you're already booking in the movies with Annabelle. The beginning and the end is Annabelle. You know what I mean? I just feel like they didn't have to shove it in the middle. Wow. That came across bad.
Yeah, always shove it in the middle.
Always shove it in the middle.
Always.
So,
all right, so
from there, by the way, if you see us keep looking over, that's because my own personal little demons are trying to run around and ruin every shot we take.
Yeah.
From there, we move on, and the mom gets possessed.
Of course.
She takes off with two of the kids.
She has 2 of the kids.
The 2 youngest ones, she takes off with them, going back to the house, and they get in touch with Ed and Lorraine, and they realize, she's going to murder them. They take off back there. They get to her and Tom. They take the first girl. The other girl was just gone. Her and her little play buddy then took off somewhere else in the house.
Yeah, she looked at him in that little fucking spinning mirror and just ran off, I guess.
Yeah.
My kid would never own one of those either.
Yeah, right?
Nope.
So she takes off with the other little kid. They get there in time. They bitch slap the hell out of that woman.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Tie her up into a chair. They get the girl. The Asian guy gets the girl out. He goes back in looking for the other girl. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Ed Warren decides to do the exorcism on his own. We'll get to that at the end. I want to save that to the end.
Okay. I'll leave that be.
They do the exorcism. The exorcism works.
Amazing.
She fights through it. She gets rid of the demon. They find the kid. Get birds that start attacking the house. That was pretty cool.
That was amazing. They did that. All the birds flying into the house.
I'd be pissed if I owned that house. So you got to change every freaking window there.
No shit.
But somebody's gonna get the bird flu. Somebody's gonna get E. coli.
And amazingly, once the demon's gone, the youngest daughter just runs up to the mom like everything's all cool. You ever hear that old joke about your girlfriend and your dog?
Yeah.
What's better about it when you lock your girlfriend in the trunk? Lock them both in the trunk, and when you open the trunk, see who's happy to see you.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Okay, you just tried to murder your children.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a little bit more than 30 seconds. If mommy's okay now, oh, thank God, come here. No, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, you just tried to murk me.
Yeah, no, not happening. I'm sorry. I'm not trusting my mom for a very long time after that. So I'm going to go and live with my aunt and uncle somewhere else.
So then we pull from there, and everything's all fun and dandy. Everybody's living happily ever after. The Warrens go home, and it shows them putting the creepy little music box and Annabelle.
By the way, he just shoved aside the other thing in the fucking shelf whenever he put it there. Yeah, just because he had the music box, he was like, just move that shit aside like it's not. Like these are all haunted spiritual items. Let's just get the fuck out of
shit between the two spirits.
Yeah, that's probably
here. Y'all fuck each other up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna watch. It's gonna be entertaining for us.
So, honestly, for me, I give it a 4 out of 5. It was a really, really effective movie. It took all the things that you look at from movies like Poltergeist and Amityville Horror, and it using new techniques, and it brought that type of movie back. It really did, because it had been a little while since we had seen it. I think it's around the same time they tried the Amityville
remake with Ryan Reynolds,
which was very underrated. I believe it's underrated movies.
I believe it was.
A lot of people don't like it.
A lot of that had to do with the fact that some of the cast choices, but I actually enjoyed it.
But you had started getting really shitty paranormal movies at that point. You know, you get
kind of. It was they went to the
found footage and
all that after the Blair Witch Project when they started going to the shaky cameras, and it wasn't movie quality. It was look what we found. They tried to play it off as this real shit. So
it had been around. It had been a while since we had a really good haunted house movie.
I'm actually going to give it a little bit more. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. I think it was actually fantastically done. I love the camera angles. I love the jump scares. I love the directing. Which, by the way, the director, James Wan, is actually one of the same guys who did a lot of the Saw movies, which is probably why Insidious, which is probably why I loved it so much, because his direction and the way he does things, I don't think I've watched any movie that I didn't particularly care for.
Which I believe we're going to do Insidious pretty soon, because Insidious is one of my favorites. And that's what I'm one of the people that I'll take Insidious over The Conjuring. I love The Conjuring, I'll do, but I'm one of the ones that I'll take Insidious over The Conjuring.
I don't know. I think we'll have that argument whenever we get to the Insidious.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up this video, with him giving it a 4, I'm giving it a 4.5. We both obviously love the movie. One of the problems that I have with this movie...
Oh, can I butt in because I would give it a lower rating?
Oh, sure.
Okay, look, the reason I give it a lower rating, I'm a huge, huge fan of the Warrens. I've followed their work for a long time.
So am I.
Found out about them back in the day when the Ghost Hunters was real popular on TV, and everybody, like all the nerds out there wanted to be ghost hunters.
Yep.
And we live in South Louisiana, so there's a lot of plantations around here. So you start looking up at all the different places you can go, and you're like, man, we could do this. And that's when a lot of people found out about the Warrens, you know what I mean? Because they are paranormal investigators, and there's a lot of things in this movie that they just changed that they shouldn't have. Yeah, you know I mean, there's things in this movie that they
it was still impactful enough without embellishing that.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't care for that. One of the main one, I'm sure is the point you're about to get to, is
the exorcism.
Yeah, Ed Warren would never have done an exorcism on his own.
He even admitted it himself several times. That never happened.
Yeah, he would never.
He would not.
Yeah, Lorraine was very adamant that this was put in the movie against her will.
Yes.
He never, ever attempted an exorcism without the consent of the church. And
quite frankly, unnecessarily, it was put in the movie. I feel that the movie could have survived and done well without that actually being in the movie. Yeah. I didn't think it was necessary. And we're not going to be preaching on religious standpoints or everything, but of course, from a Catholic standpoint, which is the rite of exorcism, which a lot of people believe in, a lot of people don't. But if you do believe in that ritual, or if you research that ritual, that's something that is a very high authority that has to come down. It can't be done by someone random-ass person.
That was another thing, too. They made this big old deal, like, this has got to come from the Vatican.
They all have to come
from the Vatican. Every exorcism has to come from the Vatican. That has to be approved through the Vatican, every one of them.
Every single time it's done.
It's just little things like that, man. That it just blasted out to me that, okay, we embellished the story a lot.
And, I mean, a lot of it goes over the heads of a lot of people, only for the strict fact of people who, and I'm not going to say ignorant, but unaware of certain things. Like, I mean, I only know that because of my own religious background, and because I've done research in several different religions, and because I'm a practicing Catholic. I know certain things about these. A lot of people don't now feel that. I think that's why they thought they could just throw it in there and it not be that big of a deal, because not that many people know these things.
Plus, I mean, at the end of the day, too, it's a movie. It's one of those things where I'm doing what I fuss about other people doing all the time, which it's a movie you're supposed to turn your head off and watch.
Well, yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, if I want to get picky about it, how was Jason a grown ass man when he died as a kid? Yeah.
I mean, you don't know. Maybe my vote's for fungus. I think he was underwater and there was a fungus that grew.
My vote is fuck continuity.
Fuck continuity is a very good. That's I don't know if you've read this, but we're going to cover this in one of our next videos. There's actually a research paper that was published about the realistic possibility of a zombie apocalypse that is on mutated mushrooms. Oh yeah, it's actually a legitimately printed paper. We're going to talk that, but I think we're going to wrap this video up. We definitely appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to hear from us more. If not, I'm Ross. This is Jay. Have a good one. Good.
Tituba.
Enslaved woman owned by San Pacific, Massachusetts, or is a debated and suggested she was South American native male from Barbados to New Orleans. Oh, Tituba was the first person to be accused of Elizabeth Parris and Abigail Williams of witchcraft. Yep. Theorized that Tituba. Bam.